In the top stories, Old Road Jets have been crowned SKNFA Premier League champions after an unbeaten season. Regionally, Trinidad and Tobago's national gas company says Moody's withdrawal does not signal financial trouble. And on the international scene, the World Health Organization has declared the Ebola outbreak in the Congo as an international public health emergency. Hello and welcome to the ZIZ Midday Major Newscast. Today is Monday, 18th May, and I am Jasmine Thomas. First on the local scene, the MFCR Old Road Jets completed a historic SKNFA Premier League season on Sunday night, capping an unbeaten campaign by securing the league title with a 4-2 victory over St. Peter's. In Game 2 of the best-of-3 championship series, Old Road entered the match knowing a win would secure the title. They made the perfect start in the 24th minute when Tiquani Williams delivered a stunning free kick to open the scoring. St. Peter's responded just 3 minutes later through Aidan Nurse as they looked to force the series into a deciding third match. But Old Road quickly regained control with Jardel Isaac restoring the lead in the 29th minute during a fast-paced spell that produced 3 goals in just 5 minutes. Old Road extended their advantage before halftime, with Tiquani Williams scoring again in the 40th minute to put the Jets 3-1 ahead. The title was all but secured in the 61st minute when Williams completed his hat-trick to give Old Road a 4-1 lead. St. Peter's pulled one back in added time through Lijani Isaac, but it was only a consolation as Old Road sealed a 4-2 win to complete their unbeaten season as SKNFA Premier League champions. Taiwan's ambassador to St. Christopher and Nevis is renewing calls for Taiwan to be included in global health decision-making, arguing that excluding the island from the World Health Organization weakens international pandemic preparedness. In a recent opinion piece published on ZIZ Online, Ambassador Edward Lingwen Tao said Taiwan has proven itself to be a responsible global health partner through its response to COVID-19, international medical assistance, and public health cooperation with countries including St. Christopher and Nevis. The ambassador pointed to recent medical missions, healthcare training programs, and mental health initiatives between Taiwan and St. Christopher and Nevis as examples of Taiwan's contribution to global health development. He also rejected claims that United Nations Resolution 2758 prevents Taiwan's participation in international organizations, arguing that the resolution only addressed China's representation at the United Nations. Ambassador Tao warned that global health threats, including pandemics and emerging diseases, require cooperation across all borders and political systems. He also is calling for Taiwan to be granted observer status at the upcoming World Health Assembly. The Media Association of St. Kitts and Nevis has elected a new executive team following its biennial general meeting held on Thursday, and members have once again placed their confidence in media professional Andre Huey, who will continue as president for a 3rd straight term. According to a release from the association, members gathered on the 14th of May to elect a new leadership team that will guide the organization over the next few years. Joining Huey on the executive are Glenn Bart as 1st Vice President, Jermaine Abel as 2nd Vice President, Shaira Flanders as General Secretary, Tito Chapman as 2nd Secretary, Jamiela McPhail as Communications Director, and Mervan Thompson as Treasurer. The association also welcomed several new faces to the executive, including Shaira Flanders, Tito Chapman, and Mervan Thompson. At the same time, the organization thanked outgoing executive members Sharon Richards, Devin Richardson, and Natasha Morris for their years of service and contribution to the local media industry. Speaking after the elections, President Andrew Huey said the association plans to become even more active during the new term, especially when it comes to training and professional development opportunities for members. Huey said the organization is also looking at ways to expand the benefits available to media practitioners across the federation. He thanked members for once again placing their trust in the executive team and said the association is excited about what lies ahead. Huey also revealed that this will be his final term as president following constitutional changes, introducing term limits within the organization. He explained that under the updated constitution, a president can only serve 3 consecutive terms. Still, Huey says he is determined to make this final term a meaningful one and hopes to continue building on the progress already made by the association. The Media Association says it remains committed to strengthening journalism and media standards in St. Kitts and Nevis through training, collaboration, advocacy, and professional support for media workers. The organization also stressed the importance of ethical journalism, innovation in media, and greater unity among media professionals throughout the Federation. The National Gas Company of Trinidad and Tobago on the regional scene says the withdrawal of its credit ratings by Moody's does not reflect financial instability, but a strategic decision to end its relationship with the rating company and agency. The company said it formally discontinued its engagement with Moody's in February following a review of its long-term financial strategy and credit rating requirements. NGC explained that its debt agreements only require the company to maintain at least one international credit rating, while it continues to hold ratings from S&P Global and CariQuest. The state emergency company, company, also said it did not believe the sub-investment grade rating assigned by Moody's accurately reflected its financial position. Moody's later confirmed it had withdrawn NGC's corporate family rating, baseline credit assessment, and senior unsecured notes rating after the company chose to stop participating in the rating process. The development has drawn concern from some former energy officials in Trinidad and Tobago. Former Energy Minister Stuart Young described the move as a potential warning sign for the country's broader sovereign credit outlook. Former Energy Minister Caroline Serpasad Bacan also warned that the issue should not be dismissed given NGC's central role in the national energy sector. The Energy Chamber of Trinidad and Tobago has since said that they are engaging with the international credit rating process could help maintain investor confidence in the industry. And President Dr. Mohamed Irfan Ali says Guyana is entering a new era in banking with the introduction of real-time digital payments and the licensing of 3 international financial institutions. The announcement was made during the Guyana Bank for Trade and Industries 190th anniversary dinner held at the Guyana Marriott Hotel in Georgetown. President Ali said Guyana's new real-time payment system, known as FASTA, is scheduled to go live on the 2nd of June. He said customers across participating banks will be able to send and receive money instantly at any time using mobile phones or internet banking. The president also announced Guyana's integration into India's Unified Payment Interface, or UPI, which will connect two countries' growing digital payments system. President Ali said the 2 initiatives will create a faster, safer, and more inclusive financial environment for citizens and businesses. He further revealed that the Bank of Guyana has licensed 3 international financial institutions, Citibank, Crown Agents, and 1 American, to cooperate in the country. According to the president, the new institutions will expand Guyana's access to international capital markets, trade finance, corporate advisory services, and development financing. President Ali also pointed to strong growth in the banking sector, noting that private sector credit grew by 20.4% in 2025 across several industries, including construction, agriculture, wholesale, retail, and services. And now for a look at news on the international scene. The World Health Organization has declared the Ebola outbreak in the Democratic Republic of Congo an international public health emergency as cases continue to rise. Reports indicate around 350 suspected cases and 91 deaths have been recorded in the Congo, while Uganda has confirmed 2 cases and 1 death. Media reports also say at least 6 Americans were exposed to the virus during the outbreak, with 1 person reportedly showing symptoms. The U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention said it is supporting the safe withdrawal of a small number of Americans directly affected by the situation. Health officials say the common strain is caused by the Bundibugyo virus, which there are currently no approved drugs or vaccines. The World Health Organization warned the outbreak could become much larger than currently detected, with risks of local and regional spread. The agency is urging countries in the region to strengthen surveillance, screening, and preparedness measures. Rwanda has already announced tighter border screening with the Republic of Congo, while Nigeria said it is closely monitoring the situation. And Thai authorities said the driver of a freight train involved in a deadly collision with a public bus in Bangkok tested positive for drugs. The crash happened Saturday at the Asoke Ding Daeng railway crossing when the train struck a bus that had stopped on the tracks. The impact caused the bus to burst into flames, killing 8 people and injuring dozens of others. Initial reports suggest the bus became stuck on the tracks due to heavy traffic, preventing the crossing barriers from lowering properly. Police have charged the train driver with reckless driving. The bus driver and the crossing guard responsible for lowering the barriers have also been charged. Thailand's Rail Transport Department has since ordered mandatory drug and alcohol tests for all train drivers and railway staff before their shifts. Officials say preliminary findings from the train's black box showed the emergency braking system was activated only about 100 meters from the bus, leaving too little distance to prevent the collision. Engineers have also warned that the Asoke Din Daeng crossing handles more than 100,000 vehicles daily, exceeding safety limits for such crossings. We now take a look at the weather. Today's high will reach 32 degrees Celsius or 90 degrees Fahrenheit, while tonight's low is expected to fall to 23 degrees Celsius or 73 degrees Fahrenheit. Patches of low-level clouds and pockets of moisture will continue to move across the area over the next 24 hours, supporting periods of brief passing showers. Weather conditions today will be partly cloudy with a 50% or moderate chance of showers. Tonight will also be partly cloudy with a 30% or low chance of showers. Winds will be from the east at 17 to 30 kilometers per hour or 10 to 18 miles per hour. Seas are expected to range between 1.8 and 2.1 meters or 6 to 7 feet. Small craft operators are being urged to exercise caution. Sunset this evening will be at about 6:37. Sunrise tomorrow will be at around 5:38. And that brings us to the end of the Midday Major Newscast. Join us this evening for these stories and more. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jasmine Thomas. God bless you.